Alright, so good evening. It's a little late my time. Perhaps you can't see me very well. The lighting's not too good. It's dark in most of my room. I could go turn the lights on, but I'm seated in my bed and I'm super comfortable. So I'm really not thinking I'm going to get up. What you might hear sniffling in the background is my wee pup. He he's making some sort of mischief. I think because I put him off the bed so I could make a video because I felt up to it. I was watching YouTube and I love it, of course. It's fun. But then also I was thinking about I'm taking an acting class right now and I've been working on my monologue and I think I just got finished for spring break. So I'm on break now, really. I have a meeting for work tomorrow and I'll be working all break, but I'll have some extra time, watch some movies, work on my monologues, read for my history class, and some things like that. But I'll also be working for my monologue for my audition that I mentioned previously. So maybe also working on my accent a little bit, speaking with my friends or making more videos in the evenings because I won't be going to class during the day. So I'll probably work earlier in the day. I don't know how they'll set that up. I'll probably be giving a lot of tours though, so maybe tired. That's not important. What's important is this is my second video. I know I don't get any viewers. That's okay though, because this is mostly for me and I can access it on my phone. I can access it on my tablet in case you're wondering. Pretty soon I'm probably going to start looking for other people to kind of watch on YouTube or people who do that professionally. It's kind of difficult because if you can do it professionally, they say you shouldn't do it for free. Or not professionally. If you're good at something, you should never do it for free. So, same with acting, same with, I guess, accents, and voice acting and articulation and things like that. Things that are taught on my campus and I want to take as a class perhaps for non-majors. But, so different things like that are available for me to practice. I kind of like the way I sound. It may not be authentic, but I think it's kind of the way my mouth is. And I'm just kind of glad that certain things come out shorter or clipped, and my R's sound much different than if I were trying to sound British, and definitely different than my normal standard American accent. And I think it's kind of smooth also, which makes me really happy because sometimes when I speak in a normal accent, it can be kind of, I don't want to say choppy, but maybe choppy, maybe. So there, I think I have to think about what I'm going to say more when I'm trying to be not the way I was raised up, I guess. Anyways, I don't know really what I want to talk about. Perhaps I'll practice my monologue. Perhaps I'll practice my monologue. That is very strange. It's difficult for me to distinguish between Irish and Scottish when I'm just thinking about it myself, or thinking about it in terms of how I'm going to speak. Sometimes, so yes, it's something I'm going to have to look into a little bit more. I do watch Jacksepticeye, and he is Irish, and I know there are a lot of things that are different, even like within dialects, within different places, and the way they sound. Scottish can really vary a lot within itself. That probably sounded a little more Scottish. I'm getting frustrated. But the way he says top of the morning to you, it's great. And it's kind of, I guess, what you would think of. I think I slipped for a minute there. Anyways, not really important. Anyways, I have my monologue. I probably won't say it angrily, which is kind of the way that I practiced, so it made it very difficult when I was trying to perform it today, because the notes that my teacher had made it very different, and having a different thought about how to say it made it more difficult for me to remember. So here we go, just for the sake of practicing the accent. He acts like an animal, has an animal's habits, eats like one, moves like one, talks like one. There's even something subhuman, something not quite to the stage of humanity. No, that's I think Australian is like the way that it. Okay, my friend told me that, and I think I can see where that is now. Okay, eats like one, moves like one. Is it British? This is all very complicated. Eats like one, moves like one, talks like one. There's even something subhuman, something not quite to the stage of humanity yet. Yes, something ape-like about him, like one of those pictures I've seen in anthropological studies. Thousands and thousands of years have passed him right by, and there he is, Stanley Kowalski, survivor of the Stone Age, bearing the raw meat home from the killing in the jungle. And you here, waiting for him. Maybe he'll strike you, or maybe grunt and kiss you. That is, if kisses have been discovered yet. Night falls, and the other apes gather there in the front of the cave, all grunting like him, all swilling and gnawing and hulking. His poker night, you call it. This party of apes. Somebody growls, some creature snatches at something. The fight is on. God. Maybe we are a long way from being made in God's image, but Stella, my sister. I am disappointed in myself. Okay. But maybe we are a long way from being made in God's image, but Stella, my sister, there has been some progress since then. Such things as art, as poetry and music, such kinds of new light have come into the world since then. And some kinds of people, some tenderer feelings have had some little beginning that we have to make grow and cling to and hold as our flag in this dark march toward whatever it is we're approaching. Don't hang back with the brutes. Okay, I think there were parts of it that could be better. And it's probably good for me to start practicing this way and to think about learning lines in a manner that's similar to this, because it's one thing for me to rattle off just what I'm thinking, and it's another thing to rattle off something I was supposed to have remembered. So perhaps practicing lines with an accent might help me to remember. That's why, similarly, I like to do things different ways. That's the dog. What you're hearing is the squeak toy. Are you done? Yes. We're done briefly. So might be helpful. I like to record things and listening to them. I tried something new when I was learning this monologue, where I would say a line and then kind of to the rhythm of like whatever the words would be, or at least like fill it in with some nonsense words that's mostly like humming or something like that, so that I have like something to play while I'm trying to remember, so like when I'm reciting it. But it's going to be difficult to keep the accent and learn how to act and learn how to keep up with acting for the thing that I want to be a part of, that I don't want to talk about it. I don't really want to talk about it yet, but hopefully someday I'll be able to talk about it, and it will be great, and it will be fabulous, and I'll be completely beyond the stage. Oh, fudge. This whole bit here has been British, hasn't it? Probably. I think I can kind of tell where it gets kind of long. I did that on purpose. It's a little more difficult. So if you think I'm just rambling on, try it. Try it. It's more difficult than you would originally think. So that's it. That's all I have. Is my little monologue and a little bit about what's going on in my life. Perhaps I'll post a couple more of the next week or so for my break. But that's all for now. Be beautiful.